Well, it was a sad day in Vicksburg, Mississippi, as yesterday's Children Antique Doll and Toy Museum finally closed its doors. They had an estate sale to sell all the old toys, and I went on the Sunday, the last day of the sale, when it all went 50% off. The doll museum used to be full of antique dolls, and some of them were from the late 1800s and worth a fortune. And the person running the estate sale told me that the antique dolls were all sent to New York for an expensive auction. So with all things in life, as one thing ends, something new begins. So as their doll museum closes after 30 years, I'm beginning Mississippi's totally awesome toy museum that I hope runs 30 years from now. But I did want a piece of their museum in my museum. So I did go the final day to try to catch some toys there. And it was pretty slim pickings, but I did find a few little treasures that will make a nice addition to my collection. Now, as you can see when you walked in, everything was pretty much gone. There were just a few bits and pieces here and there. But I did get to talk to the person running the estate sale, and he did tell me that the owners kept it open for 30 years. It was a man and a wife, and she had this extensive collection of dolls that he eventually let her open up a toy museum just to get them out of his house. Now, unfortunately, I don't know the owners' names, but I did actually get to meet them a couple times. I think I visited the toy museum about 3 times while it was in operations. It was a major $3 to get in, and it wasn't a huge toy museum, but I just loved being there. I loved that somebody else had a love of dolls and toys and created something like that for the community. Actually, on the interstate and the highway, they have signs advertising the doll museum. So it was a pretty popular attraction in Vicksburg, Mississippi for, like I said, 30 years. All right, here's all the stuff I bought at the yesterday toy museum. Just got a big miscellaneous pile of everything. I spent $85 on everything, which was a really good deal, but I'm going to show you what all I got. It was the final day of the estate sale, and everything was like really cheap. They were trying to get rid of it. Move over here. The first thing I got 4 giant bags of doll stands, the really big doll stands, and there's probably anywhere from 75 to 100 doll stands. I got all those for $20. Then I got this little Mickey Mouse plate for $1. This really old baby stroller for $5. These 2 like squishy rubber a dog and a cat, and they're pretty cool. They're old. Their eyes open and close. They were $5 for the set. Got this old Tonka Jeep for $2.50. It was marked $5, but everything was half price today. Then I got this old Barbie dog for $1. Little Smurf, I think they threw that in free. They gave me this whole giant box of Fisher-Price Little People furniture and cars and people. In the garage, everything was $6, which that's an incredible deal. That's probably, if I sold that piece by piece, it's probably worth $50 at least. Got these little dolls for $1 each. I don't know much about them, but on their feet, it said 1965, so I picked those up for $1. Got a couple adventure people, and I'm not sure who this little guy is. Then I got this little pool toy of a dog for $2.50. Got a little wind-up boat. I think they threw that in. I got a policeman for $2.50. Fisher-Price tent for $1. Old Mickey Mouse calculator for $1. And then I got these old cars. They're like die cast. This one was only $2.50 because it has a couple little spots on the hood, but the rest of them were $5 each. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Those are really good deals. And the one in the box back there was $20, and they marked it down to $10. So that's everything I got at the toy museum. It's sad that the toy museum has ended, but it's part of life, I guess. But I did get a couple pieces to add to my own toy museum. All right, here's something a little extra for fun. When I left the toy museum, getting back on the highway, I passed this person's yard filled with Halloween decorations. I've never seen one yard filled with this many decorations, so I had to make a U-turn and go back and videotape it to show it off. It was really cool.
Excuse me, can you help a sweet old lady find her cauldron? I can't seem to find it anywhere.
Well, thanks for spending some of your time with me. I hope you enjoyed my trip to the Yesterday's Children Antique Doll and Toy Museum and just seeing the few things I picked up. Now, if you like toys as much as I do, just follow us on Facebook. It's Mississippi's Totally Awesome Toy Museum, or we're putting all of our cool and fun videos on YouTube under the channel 701 Chris Shannon.